President Trump also says he is frustrated over the lack of progress on a new Middle East ceasefire. This comes as Israel pushes ahead with its new Gaza offensive. Hamas said it agreed to a proposal by Special Envoy Steve Witkoff that would pause the fighting for 70 days in exchange for the release of 10 hostages. However, the Israeli government rejected that, saying no responsible government could agree to those terms. Meanwhile, President Trump sent Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to Jerusalem to help smooth over any policy disputes. And that's not the only conflict that the president is not very happy about. He is also lashing out against Russian President Vladimir Putin. Doug Luzader joins us this morning. And Doug, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Roseanne, good morning.
So after these major air attacks in Ukraine, the president is now saying that the Russian leader has gone, in his words, absolutely crazy. Now, this is interesting because I recall him saying that this war would be over in 24 hours, once he took office. He's finding that it's not really going that smoothly.
Well, and the president says that he knows President Vladimir Putin very well. He's not sure what's going on, but it's clear that these attacks that took place over the weekend grabbed the president's attention. It's not evident how much has really changed in recent months, but the president is taking on this kind of more heated rhetoric, a rhetorical approach toward Russia. And will this be followed by U.S. sanctions, for instance? That's what we're waiting to see here, whether there is actual action behind what the president's messaging has been here. But these were pretty tough words, at least, lobbed at Vladimir Putin over the weekend.
Right. And yeah, because most recently the president had said he was going to leave it up to Ukraine and Russia to figure out how to end the war. But it certainly sounds like he's stepping back in.
Well, the administration has threatened to just kind of walk away from this whole process, to just let Russia and Ukraine just kind of fight this out, which would, ultimately, most people assume would wind up with Russia taking over the entirety of Ukraine. This is a war of attrition right now, and Russia just has deeper resources. But this question of the U.S. role and the European role looms large over all of this. To what degree will Ukraine continue to get support from U.S. and U.S. and European allies, and what kind of inducements are there to get Putin to really come to the negotiating table and come up with a peace agreement?
Right, and it comes at a time when, there are plenty of fires to put out. The president is frustrated over the lack of progress on a new Mideast ceasefire. Do we think he's going to be taking any more action in the coming days?
And, this is very much going to be determined by what Israel intends to do here longer term with Gaza. There's the question of getting food resources into the Gaza Strip and to the Palestinians. And, kind of the tangential question here as well is what to do about the Iran nuclear deal, because that's, an essential part of any kind of broader Mideast peace kind of agreement. So, yeah, there are a lot of moving parts to this right now.
Okay. Doug Luzader in Washington. Thanks so much for joining us, Doug.
Thank you.